top barracks has
they
fallen.
to secure the kill. How many urn charges do we have? Oh, we have some, no, zero. May just 0 charges. So Pre-Whitelys won't get help from that, but
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
Level 1 finger that on a draw range, it's just like random throwing it out. No, it just doesn't work. I mean, look at the stats. This is almost a 2k HP draw range. Really, what do you expect? Finger of Death doing anything there? I don't think so. Level 2, maybe with some follow-up method, run it into 3, but Jesus. Up down that he didn't even use this 5 characters. It would have been a slim chance getting further away. Yeah, he doesn't even get to this point.
So Execration, although they're ahead by miles, they're just going to approach things slowly. Got the top racks now. They have tools showing it.
You own the map, so you can just sit back and, like, I don't know, laugh at the meeple how he's trying to get some farm in, but overall, yeah, they close slowly but steadily. Bottom is the next one without the initiation.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They have
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Well, let's see.
Radiant's bottom tower
They
has
concept the
fallen.
familiars, although familiars do go down to the Sonic Wave. That's little thing, but Ian is going to lose his own life, so no big deal.
Radiant's bottom barracks
And no
has
bloody
fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks
been
has
interested in
fallen.
that fight. Now he's TPing back if they have to. Over.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
I was just about to
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, but
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
being the low defender.
Amateur.
Throws us so much damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Be back before the arrow fire has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
It's gonna be the kill.
Jesus.
Come back.
I mean, they actually dragged this game on with a nice, perfect chaining of stun and disable spells, but I mean, they just delayed the inevitable. It's like these two racks, like even by racking, just pushing in top and bottom, and then Camellias going on the racks, like can be easily baited out. Not to mention, even if Execration just throws all 5 heroes now against the racks, it's mega creeps. Like I don't think it's very realistic to see these racks holding for very long.
It's probably not gonna happen. I mean, they can just clear up racks and not even going to the base themselves. They just need to push the lane in on any lane, just to make it so that there's no backdoor protection. Activate Necro level 3, which is done on Yacht now with the Beastmaster. Send in the familiars. Killing familiars is a thing, but familiars, if they even get like 2 seconds of attack time with precision mode activated, it's wraps down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Execution has now the choice between, like, I mean, still controlling the map, getting some more farm up, finding a pick, and then going into the base, or they even wait. If they want to go all in the the easy turnaround now for Execution. All they need is one slow. Everything's going through the goal step now, helping. Well, the spirit of facility find yourself, Larks, of Medusa. That's the hard thing.
Well, they don't even have Blink Echo Slam, so probably all took like chances down the drain. Queen of Pain ultimate also on cooldown. So forces the TP or blink out.
Random stone gaze.
The Giants now have mega creep.
That's it. So yeah.
First of all, still not going GG. They gonna make a comeback. The animation, it looks like it kills the Meepo at the moment. It's like very very flying over and the Meepo dying, but that's
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're getting
They're not cheating. Like, Joe just goes like, yo, Lion, I wanna get you.
Faster than an arrow's flight. Radiant structures are fortified.
No, actually he's not. Oh, that would have been so amazing.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fly back, then come back with beauty.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Nice double stun.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This is 4 though, 3 ghost hunters.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
The ghost hunter was one of the first items you would think of that, but this is always bad.
Dire victory.
Here with a 2-0, and I don't know about the first game, if that was a ruffle stunt, but this one was well drafted. On paper, Burster had the early game and Execution the late game, but in practice, well, practical approach was pretty simple. Win just everything, early, mid, and late game.
It really was like winning every single lane, and if that happens, you know, you're more or less screwed already. So. All the others die as well. Plus, Beastmaster having the wide axis doing physical damage can hugely benefit from
Prepare for battle.
Most Beastmasters go for it themselves, but since they do have that Visage on the lineup, quite easily could pick up the medallion instead of the Beastmasters, just have Beastmasters go for maybe even early boost of travel. Also, extra lockdown for Queen of Pain, which so far they would only have a Gust, Vengeful Spirits, Magic Missile, and just familiar drop downs, the Stone Forms. So lockdown wise, they weren't all that hot before then. Hawk, if you just scout out Queen of Pain coming or Meepo coming, it should be rather easy to keep the throw safe, because I think Meepo or Nyx isn't at the moment the scarier things against the throw, but Nyx, with the item build he has, it's the same mid lane Nyx.
I mean, it would be interesting, and it's a nice answer to the deuce.
30 seconds to battle.
But it will fall off just because of the range versus melee advantage or disadvantage, depends on which side you're looking at.
I mean, Medusa mid lane isn't that threatening to Nyx, as Nyx does start with a pretty solid 4 base armor, and it may not be the worst lane, but also get guaranteed XP. I may even like this a little bit more than the off lane one, because the Queen of Pain off lane should quite easily be able to blink away from danger.
The battle begins.
So if the lane is like this, I think the lineups as well. So for Burster, they're gonna have From When and Until When on the Meepo, leaving Ian on the Lion, with Iyun on the Earthshaker, Lun playing the Nyx Assassin, and last is going to be VR Cat on the Queen of Pain.
Right, and you leave me with the names I can't pronounce. We have Yai Doto on Judge.
It's just J backwards.
Oh, okay. So he is on the Beastmaster. Jules in the middle on the Medusa. Finally a name I know. Fox playing the Visage. We have Primo on the Drow, and last but not least Kimo.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he's called Kimo, at least most people say it like that. So.
Yeah. And you were wrong, by the way. It's the offline swap. But you were right about the Nyx. I mean, it was the logical conclusion, but it's very interesting to see that.
Well, he's already managed to just completely drain Jules out of his mana. So that's nice in itself, of course. And the other guys bottle as well, thanks to the early bottle rush, just only having 3 branches and 2 go shared to him. So it's going to be rather fun when he gets this done. So he's playing it correctly. Of course, last twice he's a little bit behind, but with the ball coming up, it's going to be a little bit easier. But if you just look at the lineups, which side would you just bet on to take this game?
I mean, Execution wins this, it just goes late, but the potential of Burster to actually burst them, that's pretty high. So mid-game goes to Burster unless they beat early games too much.
It just also this Meepo, if he gets the blink dagger early enough, if like Lion or Shaker, either one of those gets a blink dagger within a reasonable time, really their initiation power, just with Nyx Assassin jumping in, the follow-up like blink poofs for example, it is so easy to get a single kill. Execution, they don't have like a battle with a Shallow Grave to save anybody or clutch like Shallow Demon Disruption, anything like that. But like I said, mid-game, they should be pretty damn strong. Look at the offlaners at the moment, because Queen of Pain doesn't need those levels to start doing the damage. Ace level 2, Beastmaster about the same, so not struggling too much.
The vigilance actually was pretty close to either killing or take all of it. Well, that's an interesting fight here. The invisibility rune used on the next, but he doesn't use the second charge, so he can't really come back with anything. Now we have bottle on both, so I think, well, balance is restored on that lane. What I worry most about is actually the Queen of Pain, because if we have the Drow Ranger going for just 1 point in Gust, stun, followed up by a Gust, and a slow by the Visage, not to mention of course Soul Assumption, that's enough to kill the Queen of Pain anytime. All they need is the initial stun, right click. Let's see where this one is going.
Yeah, probably that's exactly why Kite is playing, is this just so safe. Usually it's like, oh, I have Blink, I'm fine, I'm going to survive no matter what, but really staying far back. He sees one hero approach, just Blink's highway already as it is. So he's going to struggle a little bit there. It's definitely going to hurt them in the long run, but I think Queen of Pain may be